Today, we're going to discuss a creative method that I discovered quite by accident. Top of the morning to y'all, and welcome back to Project Eli, where we educate, lead, and inspire. Please join Eli and me as we continue his mentorship with the help of Dr. Joseph Murphy, the author of The Miracles of the Mind. Eli, when you think of a garden, you'll understand the twofold aspect of the mind and the subjective law by which it operates. The conscious mind plants seeds in the soil. It decides what kind of seed shall be planted. As you know, the soil will grow whatever is planted, whether it's grapes or thorns. Similarly, look upon the subconscious mind as a soil. It contains all of the elements necessary and essential for growth. Again, let us realize it is the nature of the soil to bring forth, but as you know, it's not the slightest bit interested in what it brings forth. It doesn't care whether it brings forth a pear tree or an apple tree. All of the laws of nature would be violated should the soil refuse to produce or grow poisonous plants. Now, exactly the same thing is true of the subconscious mind. It's a doer. It never questions or talks back to you. It accepts what you deposit in it and produces it in your experience, whether it's good or bad. Learn to use your subconscious mind constructively, wisely, and judiciously. And for these thoughts, I want to thank Dr. Murphy. Now, you know, Eli, as we have previously discussed, one way to increase your creativity is before you go to sleep at night, when you're just about to enter your state of unconsciousness, that last 5 minutes before you cross the border to sleeping, what are you thinking about? Now, if you want to activate your subconscious mind in a productive way, you should be picturing a particular outcome that you want to manifest. When you think about this outcome, do not think about the process of achieving it. That is, the how. Think only of the outcome. That is, the what you want. Then, let it go. Go to sleep. You've done your job. The concept is to allow your subconscious mind to work out the how. That is the job of your subconscious mind. Now, when you include a possible solution in your thoughts, you will only transmit static to your subconscious mind because you are suggesting a single page, and your subconscious mind has the knowledge of the entire encyclopedia of knowledge at its disposal. Suggesting a solution places limits and censors on a process that is most effective when your subconscious is unencumbered with boundaries. Less produces more in this case. Trust this process. Perhaps you've heard this before. I am repeating myself. Now here's something new, at least for me. My typical morning routine after awakening from my beauty sleep, and if you've seen me, you know that's an oxymoron. After awakening from my beauty sleep, my first function is to perform my bodily functions, then flip on the TV, the sports show I like, I have it playing in the background. Now usually I'm performing some minor household chores while I listen to that show. Other people might check their email or listen to music upon awakening or check the weather, whatever, you get the idea. Anyway, later in the morning, I faithfully do my meditations in two parts. Part one is to give thanks, at least 20 reasons I'm grateful, visualize my goal as already being accomplished, and make sure to give myself a sincere smile in the mirror because of that accomplishment, thus reinforcing my belief. Now, second, I put on the headphones and listen to my meditation. The whole two-step process takes about 30 minutes. Now, recently, one morning, I awoke too early to get up, but wide awake and unable to return to sleep. So I decided to alter my routine that morning and went directly to step one, giving thanks and visualizing my outcome. I followed this with my morning meditations. What a significant change! During this particular 30 minutes, ideas were bombarding my brain like crazy. Wow! I wrote them down in my notes immediately. By the way, do you write your ideas down someplace? Now, the next morning, I slept to my usual time, but I once again eliminated the lag time between waking up and doing my 2 morning steps. Again, the ideas flowed into my brain. Same result. Now, one of my mind flashes that day was a story about Thomas Edison. I couldn't remember when I first heard it or what the source was. As I remember the story, Mr. Edison would often stay late in his lab and fall asleep in a particularly comfortable chair that he utilized to do his thinking and problem solving. He would put some sort of a metal object on his arm or some other part of his body. Now, he did that knowing that he was likely to fall asleep, and as he shifted in his chair during his sleep, the object would fall, hit the floor, and make enough noise to wake him up. Now, he made it a habitual practice to write down all the ideas that flowed to him at his moment of regaining consciousness. He credited this practice as the inspiration for many of his ideas. Now, as you know, Eli, one of my main mantras is, it's okay to be a copycat if you copy the right cat. So, my conclusion is that the sooner you try and tap into your thoughts in the morning, the more productive you'll be in recovering what your subconscious mind can contribute. Now, that seems to work for both Tommy Edison and me. You may want to try it, Eli. Now, one more important point, and this is vital to understanding the creative process. Thoughts don't usually come to us fully formed. Most of the time, it's necessary to put the pieces together over time. This is why it's essential to capture your thoughts by writing them down, recording them, texting yourself, or whatever means that you need to retain them. Now, sometimes the solution comes to you like chapters in a book on consecutive days. Other times, there may be a significant time lull between the pieces. Now, I'm sure you've experienced this phenomenon when you had a particular thought that you know you knew, but were unable to bring to the surface. Then a week or a month later, something triggered your brain and you remembered the name of the person you were thinking of or the solution to the problem that you were trying to solve. In fact, if you recall, this missing piece usually comes to us in a moment when our mind is relaxed and not singularly focused. You might be driving, heating up some leftovers, or maybe you're like Albert Einstein. He received many of his thoughts from his subconscious mind while he was showering. Now remember, Eli, your subconscious works best for you when you're planting or harvesting in relaxed soil. Plant the seed at night, then let it go. That's how you send the transmission. Conversely, give yourself some quiet, relaxed thinking time in the morning. That is one of the prime times for receiving a universal transmission from your subconscious. Additionally, be cognizant that when you're in a relaxed state at other times of the day, you may receive a telegram from your subconscious. Be sure to record those thoughts for future use. Now, to accent this lesson, with apologies to Simon and Garfunkel, here's a song to help sing yourself to sleep. Hello, Motive, my old friend. I've come to talk with you again because a vision softly creeping left its seeds while I was sleeping, and the vision that was planted in my brain still remains my holy grail of purpose. Now, the next time we reassemble, there'll be no singing, but we will discuss systems for success and failure. We're going to focus on systems. Now, to ensure that you don't miss that topic, please click the subscribe icon and ring the bell. Now, I'm anxious to receive your feedback and suggestions for additional topics that may concern you. Please tap the like button if you like the content, and remember to share with your friends if they will attain value from our content. Our thought for the day: most people think about their problems and how to solve them. When you get really good at thinking, you'll have solutions in your head, and you'll then be looking for problems to solve. That's a quote from Dr. Joseph Murphy. And because we never end a meeting on a philosophical note, remember to get out there, take action, and charge. I'm Eli's dad.